All right, so Video Guys Live Newsday Tuesday. My name is Oliver Ricketts. I'm stepping in for Gary Batan today to host today's live Video Guys webinar, which is all about NAB 2019 or NAB New York 2019, which is a show that we actually went to last week on the 16th to 17th. A lot of people from the industry are at that show, showing off all the new technology that they have, all the exciting new products that are coming to their booth. So we thought it would be really cool to take a look, try to talk to some of these people, and get some up-close interviews from each company about what is going on with our brands in the coming year. So we actually have some really cool videos from NAB New York talking about different products and different new technologies with people who actually have had their hands on these products, the people who made them, the people who sell them, the people who really have the know-how about each one. So as you can see on the side here, we have our playlist of all the different companies that we got a chance to talk to. I want to give a really big thank you to everybody who took some time out just to talk to us. It was an awesome experience. Everybody did a great job. And let's take a look at what we have on this list, because we're going to jump right into it with Atomos. So Atomos had a great presence at the show, and we actually got to look at a lot of stuff from their booth. So I could keep talking about it, but let's take a look directly at what Atomos brought to NAB New York 2019.
Here's Roger with Atomos, showing off the new products like the Shogun 7 here. And then we're showing off the Ninja 5 as well with the SPI module attached to it. We're also showing off our 17-inch Neon, which we have not yet released, but this is a preview of what's to come. Our Sumo with the quad split, which is a asynchronous switching situation that you can do right here. The Shogun Studio 2, which is also a preview of what's to come and has not come out yet. And this is what the back looks like. And these are the Atomos converters that we're selling. So it's a little bit of everything that we do here.
All right, and that was just a quick little snippet from what Atomos showed us at the show. I do want to emphasize right now that all of these video interviews that we did with each brand are going to be available both on the Video Guys website as well as on the Video Guys YouTube, and we'll be leaving a link in the blog post for this show on where you can find all these interviews at full length. But we just want to take a quick look at each little snippet and find some highlights just to show you guys what you're getting into when you're looking at these videos. So moving ahead, NewTek also took some time out. We actually got to sit down with Chris Burgos and talk about all of the different NDI tools that they bought to the show at NAB New York. Now obviously our show is brought to you by a lot of different NewTek products. We use almost all the NewTek NDI tools. We have a TriCaster TC1 running that actually switches this show, as well as a NewTek NDI PTZ camera. We also sometimes, occasionally, will use the TriCaster Mini, as well as some of their other tools like the Kinect Sparks. So it was really important to us to sit down and talk to NewTek about what's new with their NDI tools and just give us a refresher on what some of them are. So without further ado, here's Chris Burgos from NewTek telling us about NDI.
Chris Burgos with NewTek. We're here at NAB New York. We're going to showcase all the cool things we have from NewTek showcasing NDI. Right over here at the edge of the table we have the PTZ1. It is the NewTek PTZ offering. It's got NDI-HX with one cable. You can go into the back of that system. Looking over here we have the TriCaster Mini. It's a full production studio in an ultra small form factor. It's capable of NDI. It can do 8 sources in NDI, which is pretty cool for its form factor. It can stream, it can record, it can play videos, it can do graphics. NewTek is actually the people who sort of invented NDI. So if you're going to get a TriCaster, you can work with any NDI equipment. This is the TC1. This is the large control surface panel. It's got a button for every single input that this system has. And you'll notice we've doubled the input count. The TriCaster TC1 can stream to 2 separate endpoints. It has a larger set of recording capacity with built-in storage, and we can take advantage of some of the cool new things in NDI.
Alrighty, so great job to everybody at NewTek over there for their presence at the show, and of course for that video. Thank you again, Chris. That was awesome, man. Thank you very much. And jumping ahead, let's move into some storage solutions, because one of the biggest names in rugged storage is LaCie. They obviously, everybody knows the LaCie orange rugged drives. They're really great products, really well made, really durable drives. And we actually got to talk to Victoria from LaCie to tell us a little bit about some of their new products, their new offerings to the market, and as well as some older stuff. So let's take a look at what LaCie brought to NAB New York.
With LaCie, so we're introducing at NAB some of our latest ruggedized solutions. If you're familiar with LaCie, we're well known in the portable and the desktop hard drive business. Our latest addition to the product family is this new rugged SSD product line. Going to start shipping in 2 flavors. There's the Type-C version that'll give you 950 megabytes a second transfer speed, or a new Thunderbolt 3 version that'll give you 2800 megabytes a second transfer speed. Available in 500, 1, and 2 terabytes. Similar to our old rugged products over here, that gives you the ability to have 7-foot drop, 1-ton crush. These guys here are dust and water resistant. This guy here is actually IP62 rated, so it's actually water repellent. So you can drop it in 10 feet of water for up to 30 minutes and still have all your data. Beyond that, we're introducing we have some nice RAID-based solutions here. This is a 2-bay RAID that goes up to 28 terabytes. And we also have higher-end RAIDs that are larger capacity that give you up to 168 terabytes in a single desktop unit.
All right, so a really great job to everybody over at LaCie for everything they brought to the show and everything that they're bringing out in the next year. I actually did get a chance to look at some of those drives. Water resistant, water resilient. I was very, very impressed with the whole spread. As well as just LaCie drives are really well-made products that we really like. We did a webinar on storage solutions not too long ago called the Videoguys Storage Solution Roundup. We'll leave a link to that as well because LaCie was a really, really big part of that webinar, as well as some of the other drives that we took a look at. But moving ahead, Panasonic, which is a new brand that we represent at Videoguys, which we now sell Panasonic NDI PTZ cameras. So if you weren't aware, they are available at videoguys.com. Some of their PTZ cameras, they're really, really cool little devices. You have all your regular ability for the PTZ, but what struck me is that they're also motionless. Gregor was telling me at the show a little bit about them being used at Howard Stern, for instance, as well as Disney and some other really major companies taking advantage of this technology. So it was really cool that we got to sit down with Gregor Jones from Panasonic, who told us a little bit about the spread that they had out at the show as far as NDI PTZ cameras went. Let's take a look.
Right here we have the RP150. The RP150 is an amazing controller, controls all of our cameras. Some of the real interesting things about it is that it has now a monitor on it with touchscreen, some really amazing technology as far as the way it moves cameras. Yeah, showing off some of our 4K products like the UN70. All the N products are the ones that are NDI capable, so when you buy the camera it already comes with the software onto it. They're all PoE, so one Cat5 cable, you can power the camera, control the camera, get all your video feeds out of it. And there is the CX350 we have here, which is basically a handheld ENG camera. It's very powerful. I would say it leapfrogs everything else in its class right now. Here we have a HLC 100. Which is a collaboration project and an amazing product. It's an audio mixer, it's a streaming box, it's a switcher, it's a controller, it's basically a studio in one, all over an NDI-HX infrastructure.
Alrighty, so really great job again to everybody over at Panasonic. I was really, really impressed with a lot of the things that they brought out to the show. They make really, really cool stuff, and we're very, very excited that they will be available at videoguys.com. So obviously, since this is a little bit of a newer development, we don't have a lot of video covering Panasonic yet, but I promise you it is coming, and you will see them featured both on this show and on our Videoguys YouTube channel very soon. In the meanwhile, if you wanted to get some more information, they have been all over our Videoguys blog, as well as many of our other brands. So if you didn't know, that's a really great resource to keep up with some of the news that's coming out in the industry, to learn some more about different products, because we have an active blog that's running every day with the newest news we can find from the industry, including everything to know about Panasonic. So that's really great to look into. Next up, we have Telestream, who made a big splash at NAB New York when they had their Wirecast Gear 420 on display. And if that sounds familiar, it should, because just 2 weeks ago, we had Jeremy Klausterman on this show talking to Gary Batten about the Wirecast Gear 420. It's a really, really cool piece of equipment, very efficient, obviously built to run Wirecast, but the internal build of the computer is a monster. But let's not hear it from me. Let's take a look at what Jeremy Klausterman told us at the show, and let's roll that video from Telestream.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Klosterman. I'm with Telestream. This year we launched a new version of Wirecast Gear, a refresh on the hardware. A GPU accelerated hardware solution with 5 SDI inputs. We also have a model that is HDMI inputs only. It comes fully loaded with the Wirecast Pro software. And you also have the ability to do X-Keys controllers. Works great with PTC Optics cameras to do presets of the camera positions. The Wirecast software is easy to use. You set it up in layers. You can line up your shots horizontally, pick either or. You can stack graphics. Great for house of worship, for schools, anybody who's looking for good video production on a budget. And then the hardware really steps it up too, where you have the hardware support for SDI, HDMI, and you can even feed a projector screen with SDI output.
Alrighty, and again, a big thank you to Jeremy and everybody over there at Telestream. The new generation of Wirecast Gears look like great devices. And if you wanted to check out the full video detailing the Wirecast Gear 420, where we were joined by Jeremy as a guest, we will make that available in the description either on YouTube or on the Videoguys website. The link will be down there for a lot more information on that device. Moving ahead, Sling Studio. We actually got a chance to sit down with Patrick Ryan from Sling, who gave us some good insight into the Sling Studio production hub and camera links. So before we get into it, let's take a look at what Pat said about the Sling Studio.
What we have here is Sling Studio. What Sling Studio enables you to do is do a wireless multi-camera production. You can use an iPad or a MacBook as your switcher. You can do transitions, picture-in-picture, scoreboards, motion graphics, anything you want to do to set up and produce a live multi-camera production. You can also live stream it to your own custom RTMP, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want to get it out to. Very easy to use and very user-friendly.
Alrighty, so I think that Mr. Patrick Ryan actually nailed it right on the head. The Sling Studio is such an easy device to use. It's perfect for a multi-cam production, especially if you're working on a budget or you're working with a crew that may be new to video, or you're working with professionals and you don't have the full truck. Sling Studio is an awesome device. If you wanted to find out more about it, we actually recently did a webinar all about the Sling Studio in outdoor streaming. You can definitely take a look at that. We'll leave you the links below. It's got some great information on practical application for the Sling Studio as well as setup. Moving ahead to Wowza. Wowza made a big splash this year just recently with their new Wowza Clearcaster. So a lot of improvements to the original Clearcaster, a lot of new features, a lot of really cool stuff with this device. We're going to take a look at what Anthony Lazzaro had to say about the new Clearcaster.
It's Anthony Lazzaro. I'm with Wowza Media Systems, and we are demoing the Clearcaster Pro. This is a new hardware encoder we launched last month. What is unique about it is how it's cloud controlled, allows you to have really streamlined workflows for your whole team, managing all your encoders, getting health visibility, and getting higher quality and reliable broadcasts. Here's the Clearcaster Manager, where you go to manage all of your encoders. So you can see in this account we have a few encoders. We provide a single place for your entire team to come in and manage their broadcasts. And so from the broadcast page, you can create new broadcasts, and you can build custom templates for your team to use. Or you can create templates where you store all of the encoding settings into the templates so that your users don't need to manage stream keys or manage encoding settings. And it launched last week at IBC, or last month, excuse me.
Alrighty, so awesome job to Anthony and everybody over there at Wowza. We're really, really excited about the new Clearcaster, which of course is another device that we use to live stream this show. So while TriCaster TC1 handles our feed that goes out to YouTube, we've used the Wowza Clearcaster to go to Facebook as well as some other CDNs. We're really, really excited about the new version of the product, and we can't wait. So awesome, big hats off to everybody over at Wowza. Next up on our list is SecureData. We got to speak to Mike Van Overbeek, who of course has been on the Videoguys Live Newsday Tuesday webinar talking about his encrypted hard drives, SecureDrive BT and SecureDrive USB. Let's take a look at what Mike had to say.
And what we have is our hardware encrypted storage device line. So right here we have our SecureDrive KP. We also have it in a smaller thumb drive version, ranging from 8 GB all the way up to an 8 TB SSD at this size here. And basically they're hardware encrypted, and if you don't know the password, you can't get into it. So with these here, you're entering in a 7 to 15 digit PIN number directly into the drive, and then once it's unlocked, it works like a normal hard drive. Our newer products over here, which we actually won NAB Product of the Year over in Vegas recently, is the SecureDrive BT and the Secure USB BT. So it's the same type of hardware encryption, except for with these you're unlocking with a mobile device. They're all FIPS validated, our entire line, so we have a government validation saying that these are encrypted and they're legitimate, so we are certified with the government as well. And that's what we're showing today.
Alrighty, so great job to Mike and everybody over at SecureData. And there's a reason that they won NAB Product of the Year. And that's because these drives really work. They're awesome encrypted drives, quick password. They're also controlled mobily, which is really awesome. We've done a full webinar with Mike joining Gary to talk about these drives just recently. We'll leave a link to that in the description as well, so you can take a look and learn some more about secure drives. Moving on to our next guest, Eamon Drew from BirdDog was able to take us through some of the really exciting stuff they have going on with BirdDog, some new cameras, some new NDI tools. We got a full look at the booth. Let's take a quick look at that video from BirdDog.
I'm Eamon from BirdDog in Australia. This is our flagship product. The history of our company is we started developing a chip that does NDI encode and decode, and off the back of that development, this is our first product, which is called Studio NDI. This will do NDI encode or decode in both HDMI or SDI. It's a cross converter. It gives you tally, it gives you power, video and audio all down a single cable. We make a range of HD cameras. So we have the P100, which is our flagship product. That'll be shipping at about the end of this month. That does NDI, SDI and HDMI. Then we come across to our current flagship camera, which is called the P200. This has a Sony image module and a Sony sensor. Up here you can see our A200, and this is shipping at the end of this month. It's coming off the production line now. You can put it in the rain and the snow. It's rated from minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit to about plus 120 degrees Fahrenheit. This is our A300. The difference with this one is it's got a nitrogen-filled housing, so there's no oxygen in there, so it cannot fog up. It's also rated to withstand a Category 4 hurricane. Thanks for watching.
Alrighty, so big thanks to Eamon and everybody over at BirdDog for that awesome interview. We've covered the PTZ P200 camera, as well as many other BirdDog products such as the Studio Mini and Studio NDI, and we're really looking forward to BirdDog's weatherproof cameras as well as everything that BirdDog has coming in the future, because they make really, really great stuff. Coming up next, we've got Epiphan. We got to take a look at some of the awesome products that Epiphan is rolling out at the show. And without further ado, let's take a look at what Epiphan had to say.
I'm Matt Sitlow from Epiphan Video. Today we're displaying at NAB New York a couple of products. Our streaming product, social media streaming product. We can stream to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. List price is $300, and it's great for HDMI inputs or USB camera input. Our second product is a 2-channel version of that, list price of $3,500. This will allow you to do a one-touch studio all in one package. It gives you 2 channels of streaming, 2 channels of recording with switching HDMI capabilities. And then our third product is our Pearl 2, our bigger brother to the Pearl Mini. And the Pearl 2 has 6 channels of recording, 6 channels of streaming, simultaneous switching, as well as being able to unicast, multicast, and other production features such as character generator, text overlays, as well as picture overlays and graphics.
Alrighty, so big thanks to everybody over at Epiphan. And awesome job for everything that they had out of the show. We got to take a look at the Pearl family as well as the Webcaster X2. We actually recently did a live demo with the Pearl Mini. Gary Batten showed you exactly the correct use for the Pearl Mini in a classroom environment, how easy it is to use and switch. We're really, really big fans of those products. Moving on to GTechnology, another really big name in storage. We got to take a look at the GTech booth. And specifically their solutions for production storage. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the GTechnology booth here at NAB New York. This is our InMotion booth, and we're showing all of our different portable drive options today. So everything from our spinning rugged Armor ATD drive, our G Drive Mobile SSD, and our G Drive Mobile Pro SSD. And we have everything to cover every part of production here. Flyaway drives, performance, and high performance drives depending upon your needs. This is our on location, so this is what you're typically going to see on a film set. So we have our G Drive, our G-Speed Shuttle SSD here, also set up with some EV adapters. So if you need to ingest Red Mags or CFast cards, we've got you covered there. Again, our G Drive Mobile Pro SSD, which is our high performance NVMe based drive. And then our G Drive EV RAW SSD. So we have our Studio Shuttle XL, which is our 8-bay shuttle. We're also showing some of the EV adapters there. We have our single drive G Drive, and we have our G RAID, which is 2 drives.
Alrighty, so great job to everybody over there at GTechnology and towards their booth at the show. Really, really awesome stuff, really cool storage solutions. Moving towards LiveView. So we actually sat down with LiveView not too long ago as well. We were joined on this show by Scott Sheehan to talk about LiveView's new Collect Solo kits. These are really, really awesome products that really improve the out-of-box experience for the LiveView Solo. But enough from me, let's take a look at what LiveView had to say about the Connect Solo kits.
My name's George Klippel with LiveView, and today at our booth we're unveiling some really interesting and new and exciting things at LiveView. The first one that I want to talk about is our brand new Solo Connect. And the Solo Connect is comprised of a 3-modem or 2-modem Connect kit for your LiveView Solo. This is our LiveView Solo product, HDMI or SDI and HDMI, but the big news is this right here. This is our 3-modem Solo Connect kit. It's also available in a 2-modem kit. But now the Solo comes with the modems, 2 USB modems, and in this case, and also an AT&T Nighthawk, which is an Ethernet and Wi-Fi connection. So now you get a fully functional Solo unit with the modems and a data plan. So right out of the box, you can use the Solo unit immediately, and it goes to work for you, streaming awesome, amazing videos at full HD quality. Really excited about that, and that's one of the big things that we're showing today at the NAB New York show.
Alrighty, so great job to everybody over there at LiveView. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I'm a really big fan of the Connect Solo kits. I think that it was a really smart move by LiveView to package those modems together. If you want to learn more about that product, you definitely check out some of the videos that we've made on the Connect Solo kits, as well as in our Videoguys blog on the Videoguys website. Moving towards Matrox. Matrox is, of course, the company behind the Matrox Monarch encoders, which are very popular in education streaming as well as worship streaming. Really, really cool devices. But let's take a look at what they had to say at NAB New York.
NAB New York 2019, showcasing the Monarch line of encoders. 2013, we started with our first Monarch HD, streaming and recording appliance. Stream at 1 bit rate and record at another. This was an HDMI only device. Moving on to the Monarch HDX was a dual channel encoder. Both encoders could be streaming or recording or one of each. Has SDI and HDMI. It includes frame synchronization technology so that no matter how dirty the signal was coming in, we would ensure we send a pristine signal out. Afterwards, we came out with the Monarch LCS. This is an electric capture appliance. It takes 2 inputs can stream or record both those inputs independently. We launched our Monarch Edge encoder. Monarch Edge encoder was targeting 4K encoding, streaming, but more importantly, we really saw remote production as a great application for a multi-channel encoder.
Alrighty, so a big thank you to Daniel Maloney and everybody over there at Matrox for taking the time out just to talk to us. We actually did a webinar with Matrox not too long ago detailing the perfect time to use the Monarch encoders and what verticals they fit in for your live streaming. Moving towards PTC Optics, another friend of the show, Paul Richards, who has joined us in the past, actually a couple times in the past couple months, but most recently he's joined us to talk about the wireless cable from PTZ Optics, as well as the PTZ Optics webcam, which are both devices that we're really excited to talk about. But enough from me, let's take a look at what Paul had to say at NAB New York, and let's take a look at the PTZ Optics booth.
Paul Richards here with PTZ Optics, and we're here at the 2019 NAB show at the Javits Center in Manhattan. So first of all, you can see here we have our NDI HX cameras. NDI is a new IP-based video production protocol, and HX stands for high efficiency. And what that means is, with a single Ethernet connection, we can power our camera, we can get video from our camera, and we can remotely control it. So that's really the value here. Now you can see the back of our Gen 2 SDI models. These are some of the most popular PTZ cameras available today. The PTZ Optics Producer Kit is a Intel NUC computer, a joystick controller, an audio interface, and a camera. And this is our joystick. And again, broadcast quality made affordable. That's the important part here. This joystick can control multiple buttons. It has 6 hotkeys for cameras, and it can control multiple cameras really quickly and easily. Guess what the price is? It's only $299. Now here's our IP joystick. This is, again, really compatible. The name of the game is remote production. So here's a camera right here we're controlling. This can control hundreds of cameras.
Alrighty, so a big thank you to Paul for taking the time out to show us all that stuff at his booth. Again, there are full versions of each video that we have here that break down in a little bit more detail everything that was going on at each booth and all the different things to see. Moving ahead to Roland. Roland was actually able to show us some of the really cool audio-video switchers that they had on display at the show, including the VO2 HD, which we recently did a demo on. It's a great device that helps, especially if you're working a 2-switcher show, or if you just want to have more cameras on your input, say you're hooking to a production system like the Sling Studio, like the TriCaster TC1, which is what we used it for. We did a great demo demonstrating the VO2 HD and the foot pedal as well. So it's a really cool device. But rather than looking at our demo first, let's take a look at Roland and everything they had to say about the device.
Hi, I'm Justin with Roland Pro AV, and here we are at NAB New York 2019. We have our VO2 HD. It's a portable compact switcher. It can be battery powered. It has 2 scalable inputs, iOS app control, as well as foot switch control. Over here we have our VR line. We have 3 streaming mixers on display. Great new feature is video follows audio that all 3 models support, where the microphones will do the switching for you. Here we also have 4 SDI and 4 HDMI that can be flexed across 4 channels on this new VR50 HD Mark II, which was released this month. Here we have the V600 UHD, our 4K HDR switcher, and also we have the region of interest function, which allows us to take a 4K shot and we can crop in on it using region of interest control and then make that my new shot. Thanks for checking out these products. I'm Justin from Roland Pro AV. Have a good show.
Alrighty, so a big thank you to everybody over there at Roland for taking the time out and showing us all that stuff, including the VO2 HD. And we'll leave that link to our live demo and webinar on the VO2 in the description below. And lastly, but certainly not least, a new brand that we're representing, SimplyLive at NAB. When you think SimplyLive, it's sports broadcasting. A lot of their stuff, their varsity bundle, it's all for live sports and the correct switching and video equipment for a production like that. But enough for me, let's take a look at what SimplyLive had to say at NAB.
So here to talk a little bit about what SimplyLive does. So we mainly are focused on multi-camera productions. We have 4 main software applications that we work around, which is an all-in-one system. We have slow motion replay, which can also be part of the all-in-one if we go to multi-users. We have a referee review system for official and coaching review, and then we also have an ISO recorder. So with all of these different applications and the type of back-end hardware that you're using, we give you flexibility to work in a very small varsity bundle, for example, where it's a single user, very efficient, very small, which is what we're showing here. Or when we go to our larger server, we allow you to run with multi-users, which is the other setup that we're showing here.
All right, so a big thank you to everybody over there at SimplyLive. We're really, really excited about all the stuff that they're bringing to the table as well. Looking forward, we just covered NAB New York and all the different booths and all the different companies that were present at the show. Let's take a look at what we're doing for our show in the next couple weeks. Coming soon, we don't have dates locked down just yet, but I do want to make you guys aware of some of the things that we have coming up on the show, such as the Atomos Shogun 7. We're going to take an in-depth look from that, hopefully joined by somebody at Atomos, as well as NDI workflows with Panasonic. We mentioned earlier their new PTZ cameras and switchers. We're going to take a look at those as well. So we have a really, really exciting slate coming up on this show every week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch us at Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live, or on our website, videoguys.com/live. You'll be able to see all of our live feed. Or if you want to talk to us in person, you can reach any of us. You can reach myself. You can reach Adam Noyce, who's also on the production team here. You can reach Gary at 1-800-323-2325. Again, that's 1-800-323-2325. And if you're looking for me specifically, I'm extension 1111. I'd love to chat, help you out on anything that you had questions with, whether it be Sling Studio or any of our other products, such as the TriCaster. We are here, live people on the phone, to help you with any question that you may have. Moving ahead, make sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, share these videos around with your friends, and tune in next week on Tuesday, live, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You give us anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, or today, 34 minutes. We tell you everything you need to know about the industry, the technology industry, and all the new products coming your way. Thanks very much. I'm Oliver from Videoguys. Bye, everybody. Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.